A company always on the run.
Thanks for joining me, guys. There I am on the video. All right, so like I promised, we're gonna do a little bit of a review on the Rogue Fitness urethane 12-sided plates. I've got the 45 in front of me here. I've got a 25 and 35, and I want to show you each one of them, and then we're gonna go into more. So ultimately, first of all, let me just lift up the plate so I can show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna say this. This is probably the most convenient and nicest plate that I've used. Now, with that said, this plate isn't for everybody, and I'll say the reasons why real quick, and then the rest of the video is gonna be showing you a bunch of different things with these things. The reason why I say these aren't for everybody is, one, the price point. They are a little bit expensive. Now, I was able to get these because I used to have the Rogue calibrated colored plates, and I was able to sell those because I kept them in fantastic shape. I was able to sell them for a really good price. I think myself and the person who I sold them to got a good deal. With that said, that allowed me to go ahead and purchase these plates along with the 6-shooters. Now, I had to put a little bit of my own money into it, yes. But I wanted something that's gonna last me a lifetime, that if my son wants to use them later on, he can when he gets older. These are urethane, they're very well made, and they're gonna last a long time. As I said with the 6-shooters, urethane plates, a lot of times you're gonna see these in commercial gyms. Why? Because they're used to getting abused and they last. Now, the other thing is, if you're a power lifter, competitive power lifter, I would imagine that you'd probably wanna buy plates that are round, not 12-sided. And I would imagine you'd wanna buy competition plates like the ones that I used to have. That's what I would think. These probably would not be the best for you. If you're a CrossFitter, if that's how you say it, I'm not really sure, but if you're into CrossFit, I would say these plates probably aren't good for you either. Why? Because you don't wanna drop them on the floor. I know with CrossFit, a lot of things are, and nothing against CrossFit, I think it's very enjoyable to watch, and I know people who do it, but they drop the plates quite a bit, and bumper plates are the best option for them. So these really wouldn't work. For me, these are for the average gym, right? A regular commercial gym, or a regular garage gym owner who likes to weight lift, like myself. I'm not into powerlifting, although I think it's amazing. I'm not a CrossFitter, although I think it's amazing. I'm not an Olympic weightlifter, which also I wouldn't get these if I were. Why? Because they drop their plates. Bumper plates are better for them. But if you are into traditional weightlifting, you're into building muscle, you're into building stamina, endurance, these plates are fantastic, okay? And I'm gonna show you through the video why that is. Mostly it's because they're convenient, they're easy to carry around. I personally love the way they look. They look way better in person than they do even in the video, trust me. I will go on record and say right now, I like these better than the 6-shooters. I went back and forth, I've asked people, 6-shooters seem to win overall in the way people think they look and how well they are. Overall, I guess you could say, overall, the way they're built, these win. Honestly, these seem like they're built better than the 6-shooters, and the rest of the video will go into more of that. Like I said, with that said, all that said, these are not for everybody. For me, these are fantastic. I don't do deadlifting. The reason why is because of my back, but I do rack pulls, and I don't need these on the floor. I know that Rogue built these, I believe, with the 12-sided so that they don't roll and this and that. I've had some people question and say, well, you know, they might be kind of a pain in the ass to use if you're doing deadlifting or barbell rows. I guess it depends on how you do it. One, I don't deadlift because of my back, and two, when I do barbell rows for my back, I actually use the bench for chest support because of my lower back problems, so they don't ever go on the floor. So I don't see why it'd be a huge problem deadlifting, but I could also understand why you'd want to use a traditional round plate to deadlift with. I get it. If you have a bunch of these on your bar, I can see maybe it feeling like a pain in the ass because of the fact that they have to line up to lay flat, but they really don't. And I'll show you the rest of the video to see where I'm able to stand up to 25-pound plate by itself. And I would imagine it'd be the same way with a barbell. I don't really think it made that big of a difference. I'd love to hear from people that are deadlifting with these plates and see what they think. Some people might think it's fantastic and other people might not like it. Some don't like that 12-sided look. So you might want to ask, why did I get these plates? Why didn't I just stick with the 6-shooters? Well, personally, there's a couple reasons. One, I first bought the 6 shooters in the urethane because that was what available through Rogue. So I bought a bunch of 45s. I love those plates, don't get me wrong, they're great. Next I needed 25s and 35s, and guess what came available through Rogue first? The 12-sided plates in 25s and 35s. Now I already had 10s in the 6 shooter, so I didn't need those. So I ended up getting these in the 25 and 35s. And to be honest with you, as soon as I got the 25s and 35s, I fell in love with them, and I said I want 45s like that also. And I'm very happy that I did. So much that I possibly, if I don't tend to use them, I might even sell the 6 shooters and get rid of them. And it's not because I don't like them, and it's not because I think there's anything wrong with them, but as I'll show you through the video, for me, convenience, look-wise, using these work for me the best. And I don't need that many 45s. I don't lift heavy weight, although when I get my lat pull down low row machine, I will probably use a lot of these 45s on there, and that's where a lot of the weight will go. But I have to be very careful because of my back, as I've said before. I've got quite a bit of injuries. So with that said, let me show you real quick. As you can see, beautiful design, Rogue's logo on here, of course. It's nice and big, bigger than the 6 shooters. Some of you might not like that. I think it's kind of cool, right? I'm going to go through, you'll see more. I'm not going to go too much into this right now because you'll see the rest of the video, everything that goes along with this. But let me show you. They're not too bad. They're not really that thick of a plate. Now, if you go through the 35s, which I have right here, these are a little thicker. But here's what the 35s look like, all right? Guess what? Looks exactly the same, but just a little smaller. And I'm going to show you the 25s, and they're the same thing. So see the thickness of this plate? Now, let's grab the 25s. Here we go. So with the 25s, they're even thicker. I want to make sure I show you guys that so you understand, right? So once again, I'm sorry that I'm breathing heavy, but I'm in my garage, and if I put the fans on in my garage while I'm doing the video, you'll never hear what I say, even though I have this new microphone with the wire. So if you see the wire, I'm actually regretting getting the wire one. But I'm gonna get to the rest of the video. I do appreciate you guys joining me on Garage Gym Guru. Please stay tuned for the rest of the video. We're gonna show you more in detail everything about this plate that I can. If you have any questions at the end, please leave me a comment. Please share and like this video as much as possible. I haven't seen anybody else done a review on these plates or the 6 shooter plates. So please share with other people who might be interested. And thanks again, guys, for joining me.
All right, guys, as you can see these pictures here real quick, I will say right away, the 12-sided Rogue urethane plates are the most underrated plates that I have seen. These things are fantastic and look much better in person than even the video shows. Like always, let's go over a nice little video of how these look on a plate tree. So 25s and 35s of the 12-sided Rogue urethane plates to the 45s and down to the 45s of the 6 shooters. On a Rogue plate tree to the left there are the 10s. Those are the 6 shooters also. So a little more in depth with these plates. As you can see where my hands are at here, there are grooves cut out for these 12-sided plates. There is a little ridge that you can see right here that allows your fingertips to grab onto this plate, which is fantastic when you want to bring this plate from bar to bar or over to your plate tree and walking around your gym. It also would be good if you're using them for farmer walks. Now, where these are different than the 6 shooters are, they're not really placed in a way that you could do a lot of exercises just with the plate and get a good grip. As you can see, the holes made different on the 6 shooter and a lot closer to the edge of the plate. As I'm going to show you here, the dimensions here, as far as the measurement, it's only about 1 inch with the hole down to the edge of the plate, which is great to do a lot of different exercises with just the plate by itself. The 12-sided here is about 3.5 inches, which really isn't enough room unless you have very large hands to be able to get a good grip on it to do other exercises plate only. Now, other than that, those 12-sided plates are fantastic when you got to take them on and off your plate tree. As you can see here, there is a nice groove there for your fingertips, lets you easily, with leverage, get these plates on and off the plate tree and also your bar. As I'm going to show you in a second, that's not as easy with the 12-sided plates. And the reason for that is because of the leverage that the 12-sided give you because of the distance between the hole and the edge of the plate. Doesn't mean that the 12-sided are better than the 6 shooters. They're just different.
Something else I wanted to show you guys was the metal on the inside here actually has a curve to it, which is nice. It's actually curved all the way around. So when you put this onto your bar, you put it onto the plate tree, it actually goes on a lot easier and doesn't scratch anything up.
The 6-shooter doesn't do that. The 6-shooter just has a straight piece of metal, and I feel like it catches sometimes when you put it on the bar, as you can see here. I wanted to also show you too, the 25s are a little thicker, 35s are a little thicker. They will stand up on the floor if you wanted to. That way you don't have to bend over as much or whatever it is. It's not really a big deal, but they will stand up depending on your floor. Also, as you can see, I have that, I believe it's a diamond cut pattern. Depending on how you place it, it will stand up for you. But the 25s are thick. They're like that too for the 6-shooters. And in the next video here, I wanted to just show you all of them. So if you guys have any other questions or anything like that, comments, concerns, let me know. Please share this video, like this video, comment down below, and let me know which ones you like better. I can tell you, I like these better.